listen to the lecture. You don't have to ask any question, but ask the question after I'm done with my lecture. Yeah? Okay. Question. Why do people become successful and why so many left unsuccessful? Let's go for the answer. It's not because Bill Gates becomes successful, it's not because he has born rich. No. Elon Musk, he became successful, it's not something like that. He was rich, but right now he is rich. Or even if you think of Lionel Messi, he's a successful footballer, right? He didn't become successful because he came from a rich family. No, he came from a very poor family, but he is successful in what he is doing, right? Think of Cristiano Ronaldo. He came from a poor family, but he's also successful, right? Okay. So people become successful, it's not because they have something, or they have money, they have bank balance. No. One thing that makes them successful was that. No.
Consistency.
Consistency.
Discipline.
Consistency. Now, what is consistency? Listen to the lecture. Consistency. Doing something seriously every single day. Now, if I want to prove that I love a lady, imagine that I love a lady. So what's the thing? If she asks me the question like, I need to prove whether you love me or not, then how should I prove her that I really love her? How? Look at the example. Like every single day when I get up early in the morning, when I open the fridge, and the very first thing I do, you know what? The drink is for you. Take it. And when she's sleeping still, I prepare the breakfast for her. And I say, the breakfast is ready for you. It proves that I really care for her. But it doesn't prove whether you love her or not. But meaning that when you do something consistently, or even like I love a lady, but she rejects me all the time. So all the time what I do, I follow her when she leaves the university, and I follow her like a Romeo. Okay, so she thinks of what? Every single day I follow her, it makes her, feeling, the boy follows me all the day, meaning that there is something. So I should press the red button for her, right? Or green button. She's gonna press the green button obviously someday. Why? Because it's your consistency, or even like if you have a tummy, huge tummy, how are you going to lose your tummy? Fat. You have to go to the gym, right? The very first day when you are in the gym, and after you're done with your workout, do you think that your tummy will be fine? Will you be slim in one day? No, you won't be slim in one day. But after 6 months, the gradual improvement will be seen in your tummy. That right now you look very good. It means what? Consistency. Because you are consistent, and when you are consistent with something, trust me, even if you want to commit a murder, if you're consistent to follow the victim all the time, if you're consistent and if you're really if you know exactly how to hit the bullseye, you can commit a murder. It means that consistency is one of the prime reasons that makes you successful. Consistency. So you should have the consistency. If you want to speak in English, you need that consistency. Every single day, make sure that you put an effort. You get me?
Yes, sir.
Everyone, consistency. So what's the main reason of success?
Consistency.
Done?
Yes.
Done. Come for the second thing. In life, if you want to become a happy man, how can you become a happy man? Because being happy is really, really significant. We want to be happy, right?
Yes.
Having a BMW doesn't make you happy. Drinking the expensive whiskey doesn't make you happy at all. Or smoking the highest form of cigarette doesn't make you happy at all. So what makes you happy? That's the question. It should come in your mind. So things that you're doing doesn't make you happy, but I should do something that really, I want to do something that will make me happy ultimately, right? So you should look for that. What makes you happy? Happiness is something that has to be shared. And if you don't share your happiness, you never become happy. Like, if I give you an example, like you are having your dinner, or you're having your lunch. I think many of you take your lunch on the street, right?
Yes, sir.
Right? So you find, a poor guy came to you and he asked you for some food. So what do? You share your food with him, right? Look, sharing the food does so many things. it does, the most profound thing it does is that it makes your heart so calm and so good, and you become so happy, delighted, because you did a good job, right? Good things always begets good things. Bad things always beget bad things. If I say it more easily, good things bring good things, bad things bring bad things. Lie begets lie, truth begets truth. So when you're showing the kindness, the guy who had taken the food from you, he's so delighted, but someone who witnessed it, the kindness, is also delighted. So meaning that if you want to be happy, make sure that you don't feed your body, but you feed your heart. You get me?
Yes.
Do something. When you smoke, you don't feed your heart. Do you feed your heart? When you're drinking alcohol, do you feed your heart? By the way, I know that none of you do that. People, we do only good things because you know what? If my eyes are bad, I see very less because I can't see you because I'm always blind. So what do I use? Glass. So that I can see you perfectly, right? Okay. If I don't have one hand, then I can have an artificial hand, right? If I don't have one leg, then I can have an artificial leg, right? Okay. If you're hungry, you can have food, right? If you're feeling lonely, you can have a friend. If you lost your iPhone, you can have another iPhone, right? So you find that everything that exists on the universe is something now it fulfills your biological needs, right? But what about the soul that you have? How will you feed your soul? The soul you have, right? You have a soul, everyone?
Yes.
So what's the food of the soul then? Gratitude, satisfaction, and happiness. These are the food that you need to feed to your soul. Because when you're hungry, you cannot say that, your soul is hungry, you cannot say, better a plate of tehari for you, khalo. Right? It's not going to work. You have to do something to keep your soul good. And all the time you need to show kindness. Kindness is one of the greatest virtues that one can have. Kindness. Here. And then the second virtue is forgiveness. What are the second virtues? Forgiveness. So make sure that you possess these two qualities to become a successful and happy human being. Number 3. It says that from Nelson Mandela. We take that. It's you can read this book, Dopamine Detox. I'm taking all the things from this book. So it says something like that. Have you heard the name of Nelson Mandela?
Yes, sir.
Who was he? One of the greatest leaders, and who fought against racism. Right? Nelson Mandela. So what he did actually, he gave you an example, a beautiful example he gives you. He says is that, like when I was young, and my father was the chief of the tribe. You know what the chief of the tribe, meaning the head of the tribe. And when he used to talk, the African people, when they used to talk, they used to, just do a circle, and then they will have a family meeting, and they will take the decision for the tribe. And he said that, one thing that my father used to do every single day, and every meeting, he will be the last to speak. He'll always be the last to speak. He would listen to everyone, and at last he will speak. Do you know what the problem we find? All the time we want to speak first, but make the habit to speak last and listen more. So sometimes it's really good for you when you become the last speaker and listen good all the time. Number 4 is much more interesting. Number 4, if I say you that, it says that it's in a story. The story is something like that. A man who used to be the head of, just think like that, he used to be head of CIA. So all the time when he used to come for a lecture, if he is giving a lecture, so it's something like, when he is coming for a lecture, because he is a head of the CIA or detective branch. So, all the time there will be it says like, before he reaches in his station, his hotel will be booked for him, and there will be security guards for him, right, all the time. because he's someone very much valuable, right? So he says that, when I was the head of the CID, when I was the head of a state, when I was coming for the lecture here, people gave me guard of honor. People gave me, my room was booked. Everything was done for me. But today I'm here giving the lecture, and you know what? When I asked for a coffee, when I'm the head of the CID, they offered me a cup of coffee in where? In a ceramic cup, in a beautiful cup for you. This coffee is for you. After a few years, when he retired from his position, he came for the lecture again in the same place, and he found that there is no guard of honor for him anymore. No one cares who he is. No one cares that whether he needs a cup of coffee or not. So he asked for a coffee. Said, would you please give me a cup of coffee? Then someone showed him the place. You know what? Go there and serve yourself. So he did what? He took the styrofoam cup, that is the one-time cup, and served the coffee to himself. And then he said in the meeting, you know what? This styrofoam cup is for me. And the ceramic cup that they used to serve me was not for me. That was for my position. You get it?
Yes, sir.
So when you are boss, and when you are, doing something great, everything, it seems like everything is for you. But when you retire, and then you become a normal civilian, no one cares who you are. And then he says that people, human beings, we respect the position. We respect what? Not the people. And it's very true. You respect, if I say that, to be honest, deep in your heart, you hate police, right?
What is that?
You hate police, right?
Yes.
Deep in your heart, like you hate police because you don't like to face the police, right? Do we want to face the police? No.
Sure, so why not?
Okay. We don't want to face the police, but when he comes and talks with us, you know what? We become afraid, and we talk to him. You know what? And you know that, you're talking to him only because he is a police officer, right? But if he is not, and if you find him not in his dress, then how will you talk to him? Normal human. So the dress up makes the difference, right? The uniform makes a difference. So it's very simple. It's meaning that you respect the position, you don't respect the people. But the day you start learning to respect the people, you have the right teaching. Don't respect the position. So you respect me because you know what? You know that at the end of the semester I'm going to grade you. Don't respect me because I'm going to grade you. Respect me because I deserve to be respected. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Don't respect me. Don't give me salam because you think that, at the end of the semester, sir is going to give the marks. So let us give a salam. Don't do that. Give salam only you feel that comes from your heart. And if it's not coming from your heart, then stop it. Because you know what? I think many of us, actually, we human beings, we have a problem. We don't see the true respect anymore. It's something like a fake respect all the time. The way you're smiling in front of me, you don't smile in that way when you are speaking on my back, right? Be the same person when you are in the classroom, and be the same person when you are outside of the classroom. Clear?
Yes, sir.
These are all the teachings you need. So if you want to be successful, it's not that if you have a muscle you want to be successful. It's not going to help you out. Consistency, trust me, it's powerful. And if you want to be successful, you must have a generous heart. That makes you successful. And the generous heart should know how to forgive people. then you can become successful. Respect, don't respect the position, always respect a human being because he deserves to be respected. Love.
Yeah.
Okay. So if you have any question, then you can keep your question, but these are the things. So how many points you have? I think 4, right?
Yes, sir.
So these 4 points you'll be mentioning in the presentation in just
3 minutes.
3 minutes.
3 minutes. Very good. And make sure that you also bring the example. Clear?
Okay.
Is it easy or difficult?
Easy, sir.
It's easy, very much easy. So then I can test like whether you have the ability to speak or not. I can check it out. Inshallah. Thank you so much. Okay. Next, okay.
It's a basic question, sir. Actually, you have used the uniform verb, right?